Our community is a wonderful place to live in and raise a family. Our schools are a big reason why people are drawn to live here. And our high schools are recognized repeatedly as being some of the best in the state and in the nation. Throughout the years, our facilities have gone through many significant additions and renovations. We now want to start the conversation of how schools should function in the future to best support 21st century learning. We want to start thinking ahead so we are prepared.
Our capital projects process involves conversations with building administration, teachers, department chairs. We sit down and have a collaborative process that goes through our list of items that we need to improve.
I think teaching and learning has become much more collaborative in recent years.
It's this problem right here.
And that really speaks to the way students are learning. This is a much more collaborative world than the one in which we grew up in. And so that has really changed the way learning is today.
The key elements to be mindful of as we evolve is that the future is not static. We need to have flexible environments for our students to learn in order for them to adapt to the future needs.
How kids learn is substantially different than when any of the additions were built onto our building. So I think we need to evolve our building to meet our learners' needs.
So really what we're looking at in terms of our facilities is how functional are they, or how functional will they be in the future as education changes.
The other thing that we're looking at is making sure that we have a facility that can accommodate the changing and current needs and future needs of technology.
What's really kind of remarkable when we get into this portion of the project, just about everyone that we spoke to really identified about 3 components that they would like us to address and further study: safety and security at the school, flexibility of the learning environments, and then the need for social spaces, both for the staff and the students.
More and more today we're seeing common spaces being developed in high schools where students can go, plug into the network, and really just have an area to be themselves and enjoy their time while they're here.
Obviously we're thinking about today and the students that we have, but we also have to be very aware of planning for the future. Right now in a building this old, we have some limitations, and there are some updates and upgrades that make sense to do right now that will better position us for future learning.
This is a big building with a lot of students, and we often feel a little bit scrunched and on top of each other. And I think that students struggle sometimes to find places where they feel like they can be with their friends, where they're not disrupting and they're not being watched over, or they're not seen as a burden standing in the hallway.
We want to give our students authentic workspaces. If it's in a foods room, we want to make sure that they're using a professional kitchen. In our industrial technology room, we want to make sure that they have access to the right technology. So we need to make sure that we've got the right space for them.
Thinking of the classroom of the future, we have to think about technology and how that's going to put students into an environment where they have greater opportunities to learn. And right now, our teachers are part of a pilot program, so about 1/4 of all of our students here at North High School have a Chromebook. So we really have to be creative and aware of the needs to support such a learning environment.
With technology, there are a few challenges that we are encountering. The main one is actually the ability to have Wi-Fi and be able to have every student connect at that high-paced internet speed that we're used to.
I'd love to see improvements in the area of where we actually can have our class. So I'd love to see an actual performance arts space where we can go and have our acting classes, we can take notes, but we can also get up and move around, and we can also use that after school for all of our productions and rehearsals.
Students have access to our cafeteria as well as library, and those spaces right now really seem to be more rigid and not very flexible as far as helping in developing those social-emotional skills that we want students to have.
I think the best improvement we can make in our library is to have a library that could be moved to change our space as needed, so that we could accommodate the needs of the students, not have the classes and the students that come in adapt to what is already within the space.
As far as the space is concerned, we need new flooring and new lighting. We also need ventilation here. We would love to expand the cage and make it a little bit bigger. Right now, having 2 classes in there is almost impossible to get anything done.
Well, one of the things that I'm very interested in changing would be to air condition completely our buildings. It would make them much more functional. It would give us an opportunity to start the school year earlier, to finish our final exams before the winter break.
We have classrooms that do reach upwards of 90 degrees. Teaching and learning in 90-degree plus rooms can be very challenging and difficult for everyone.
We need students to be able to move around. The education world now really focuses on mobile classrooms, students being able to get up, work together in collaborative spaces. And so I want to make sure that our students have that opportunity to work collaboratively, but also have an authentic classroom where they can use the equipment, they can use the technology that they're going to be using in the next few years.
My vision for the physical building is to make it much less institutionalized. I want a welcoming place where the kids are excited to be, and it's a meeting place, a place that they enjoy learning and interacting with others.
My vision for the future of Downers Grove North is for us to be able to continue to prepare all of our students to meet the challenges of an ever-changing world. And certainly our teachers are first and foremost in providing the type of education that will help our students be successful. But we also want to make sure that we have the type of facilities that will support and enhance student learning and help them to become successful adults.
I think it's absolutely essential to get input from all the persons who are going to be affected by the facilities. They will really have an understanding of what we're trying to do. And I think that's very valuable in our situation.
Our goal is to continue to be a leader, providing our children with quality instruction and learning spaces. After hearing the voices of the district, I hope that everyone will participate in this process. Please know that your voice does matter. Come talk with us or visit the district website and answer a brief survey about our facilities. I encourage you to let your wishes, your hopes, and dreams for our schools be known.